So I've got a M Audio Keystation-49 MK3, and the issue that I had was somebody had spilled beer on this section of the keys. It wasn't me, but somebody had spilled some beer here. I normally would just start recording everything right away, but actually I couldn't get my GoPro to work, and so I just kind of ended up cleaning it up. So I wanted to go through it, but I've already done it, just sort of let you know up front. So the first way that we're going to deal with this is we've got to take the screws out and back. And you're going to see that the screws screw here, here, and here, here. Well, basically where all the square holes are, right? And then there's about 6 of them, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 screws down over here. That's a number. It's like a number 10, I think, screw. So pretty easy to deal with. Not a big deal. And once we get all the screws out and back, there's none in front. Once we get all the screws out and back, this top part just conveniently just comes right out, just pulls right out, and really with no issues at all. There's more electronics over in this section. Nothing spilled over here, so I'm not going to even go into this. If it did, then you might want to take a closer look over here. But the generating the sound from the keys underneath is well, right underneath the keys. So the section that I worked on, there's actually like 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of keys that you can work on. I'm going to go ahead and just take the one here out. Just got 4 screws in it. Again, it looks like a number 10, maybe a number 8, right? Screw Phillips head. And right, easy enough. And then just the whole section comes right out, right? There is kind of like a hook on the back of it. Let me show it to you. So like right here, it's kind of hooked here, and it feeds into this back section here, okay? And then these just come apart. The black one, and then we've got the 2 whites. Now these I just cleaned, right, with a cloth, right? Just cleaned them off. Used a little like soapy water, but very little, really just damp, not drenching it or anything, because we want to be very careful of this, the circuit board here. Now this is the real sound generator, are these little rubber tabs here, okay? These are the real sound generators here. And when I opened this up before, this was part of it, had some beer that had been dried on it, and one of these was actually kind of pulled up. The beer had gotten in and expanded a little bit, and so these keys were not working. Just give you a quick look. See, it's just a rubber, right? Rubberized system here. Let me bring the camera down to you if I can. Gonna bring it down. All right, let's take a look. Can you see it from there? Right. And what it does is that the little rubber tab makes the connection between the 2 on the pads. Right? See over here. Trying to negotiate this thing here. So, and that's the sound generator. Put this back up where it belongs. Okay. And then once you pull this up, right? I cleaned it with little cloth, very gently, by the way, and used a Q-tip too to go around. If you can clean it up without using any extra moisture at all, that's fine. If not, just use some gentle stuff. Something that's safe for plastic and for metal, maybe just a little soapy, little dishwasher soap, but just damp though, not super wet. Make sure this all gets dried out beforehand. Reinstalling it's kind of simple. You can see they've got these little rubber nubs on here, and I find actually I've got this dowel that I used, and it sits over it nicely, right? And you just go individually, you just pop them in. Not a lot of struggle to it, right? I think you can see here what I'm doing. think I got them all in, right? What do you think? I got them? I think so. Yep, and again, this is the part that generates the sound. These rubber tabs here, these flexible little tabs, generate the sound. So once I clean that all up, and then once I clean these individual keys up, just a note, they are plastic and they're stamped, so they're made to be flexible somewhat. But I'd be be extra careful. You could probably snap one of these off if you weren't careful. You could just glue it back on, but best just to be super careful with it. I did find out that the first one that goes down though is the one that's got the little tab there. So this is our base, and then we're gonna put the white end here, and then the black key goes over it, right? And it kind of snaps right into place. It's really not a problem. Remember we've got this hook that's got to go in, so we have to sort of drop it back like this, and then when we set it in, it sets into place. We've got our screws. Interesting enough, it actually goes into the square holes here. It's got a square round. Maybe there's some another piece of equipment that this goes to, or it's used on, and why they've got those extra holes. I don't really know why. Screws them right back in, right? And we're missing a screw. There we go. That happens more often or not, huh? Nothing worse than putting something back together and all of a sudden you're like, uh-oh. where did it go? So, and just put it in general, I have to crank it down too much. And then this top just snaps right in. Right? Nice and what I'm going to do, I think, do I have it set up? I do. Let me just get onto my Mac here. It's not going to be very loud to be able to test it because it's not hooked into an audio interface with a computer where I could sort of up the volume a little bit more. I got it directly plugged in to GarageBand. And let me see if I can get the volume up here so I get up as much as I can. All right. Okay, that's the max, I think. Oh, let's put into I think the actual organ preset is a little bit louder. There we go. So the keys seem to be working, right? I can barely play. Hey, it's not my fault, huh? I played guitar for a long time. All right, so anyway, a lot of fun, right, to play. These are cool. So with really minimal effort, we were able to repair it. Everything's back to in one piece and seems to be working out all right. Oh, let's test the keys. Let's see. Yep, seems to be working, right? I hear that low note. But yeah. I gotta stop playing. So, hey, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.